Hey everyone, this morning in my kitchen we are making blueberry lemon jam. We made a bunch of jam in the spring, late winter spring, and I'll link that video if you want to catch it. I made a ton. We made raspberry, blueberry, and a few others. Anyway, we are almost out, and so it's time to make some more. I was looking through my Wild Blue book and I was just looking at the different types of recipes because I like to try new recipes, and this lemon blueberry one caught my eye, so I want to give it a try. The one jam that I actually do have a bit of left is one that I made in the early summer, which is probably my favorite jam. It's a rhubarb orange jam. It is absolutely delicious, and this year I think it turned out better than it ever has. I tried using the low or no sugar needed pectin. And so I was able to really get a lot more of that orange flavor to come out. And it's so much better. Plus there's so much sugar in jams anyway, which is why I typically try to bring my blueberry and raspberry and all that kind of stuff down to a gelling point naturally, because you can reduce the sugar if you do it that way. So this is a great way to be able to reduce the sugar and still get a good set without having to wait a long time, because it takes a while to bring things to a gelling point. So for this lemon jam, I'm actually going to deviate, so I hope it turns out. I tend to deviate from recipes. And so what we're going to do is, it says 4.5 cups of blueberries, 1/3 cup of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of lemon peel, 6.5 cups of sugar, and 2 liquid pouches of pectin. So I'm not only switching out pectin from powdered to a different powder, but I'm going to try to not do the liquid, which I've actually never done before. I've never used the liquid pectin. And 6.5 cups of sugar. I don't like when the sugar outweighs the fruit. So we're going to start with 2 cups of sugar and see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. I'm just going to do one batch. I would like to do more, but I'm just going to start with one so we can check it out, test the process, and see how it turns out. As always, I will make sure this is linked in the description. It's also in my Amazon favorites. So if you just go in there and you search around, you'll see this in there too. I try to keep all the things that I routinely go back to and I love there. And actually I've referenced it too when I need to get something new. Talking about that rhubarb orange jam, I just had to make a piece of toast. So I'm gonna do this lemon blueberry just like I do my regular blueberry, and I don't like chunks of berries in my blueberry jam. They don't kind of break down like a raspberry does. So what I do is I blend them up first, and we love it. It's so delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and section this out into 2 runs through here, get them blended, and then we'll put them in the pot to get heated up. Hey guys, I wanted to interrupt our video really quick to tell you about something that I've been working on for you. If you go to the link in the description, it's my citystead.com website. I have created a bunch of free resources for you to help with meal planning. If you struggle with ideas, you're looking for inspiration, you're looking for some tips on how to meal plan, there's a lot of different stuff there. So go check it out, browse, and you'll get some great help, I hope. I think that you'll find these resources will help to make meal planning more successful and fun. This is what I get for trying to change a recipe. So I was looking at the pectin. Now this is such a great product, okay? I've been super impressed when I've used it in the past. It has a little chart in here, depending on what you're making. Okay, so we go to blueberries and look at the blueberry ingredients and all that kind of stuff. It says to crush it 1 layer at a time to get a good measurement. Well, we blended it up, so that takes care of that step, and it's much easier. And then it actually says to add fruit juice, or if you want, bottle lemon juice, and gives you an up to amount of sugar, which is interesting because the recipe in this book, which I kind of based my idea off of, this book, says to add all those ingredients. but it says to use the liquid pectin and a lot more sugar. So we're gonna go with this. I measured out, okay, so I've totally deviated. Let's just be honest, I've totally deviated. Instead of going with 4.5 cups of blueberries, wait a minute, that's actually exactly how much I measured out. But the measurement wasn't originally 4.5 cups. A lot of times if a jam recipe says a specific measurement, it'll say to crush them first and then measure, but this one didn't. So I measured out 4.5 cups, then did my blending, then measured. That's crazy that it ended up to be the exact same amount. So this original recipe says it makes 8 half pints, which, like I said before, we're trying this as like we're trying it. We're trying it to see if we like it. And I thought 8 is kind of a lot. And when I looked at my berries, I thought this doesn't look like it would make 8 half pints. If you can for any period of time, you can get pretty good at looking at the food and gauging about how many jars it's gonna fill. So I'm excited because I think this will probably be enough jars. I only pulled out 5. I was gonna have to go find some more, but I think that we're probably gonna fill 5, and then any left over, I'm just gonna put in whatever, maybe like a pint jar, even if I need to, if it's more than a cup, and put in my fridge, and we'll just eat that fresh. So we'll just plan on canning 5 of these half pints, go with the 4.5 cup measurement, and then add the things in here. Now, one thing that this does not call for that I think is gonna make this jam really special is it calls for lemon rind. Anything that involves the rind, including my rhubarb orange jam, has a ton of rind. In fact, I really added a lot more this time, and it was just like so good. Our family goes crazy for citrus. So we're gonna add the lemon zest, and it's gonna be fantastic. Well, by the time I was done with my dishes, this is almost up to the point where I can add the sugar. So we'll just go a little longer and get that sugar added. All right, we got all the jars in the canner. One thing I wanted to mention is I am using my stock pot for canning today. Sometimes when you have just like a little batch, it's really nice to not have to like haul out your canner and get anything, you know, it's just a big operation. So I just put like a dish rag at the bottom. You could use rings, like canning rings if you needed, or if you have some kind of rack, you can put it down there just to get the jars off the bottom of the canner itself. So this is just coming up to a boil. As soon as it gets to a rolling boil, like my friend Leilani from Make It Make says, not a simmer, not a chatter, but a full rolling boil, then I'll start my timer. Here's the jam the next day. The set of this jam was amazing. I was so pleased with how it turned out. And the flavor is absolutely beautiful, and that is an understatement. I appreciate you being here with me as I can this jam. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon.